This is LT Melton from Fetcher News Sports, and we're here with Coach David Dyer, the Fannin softball and baseball head coach. You're here having a softball practice. Talk a little bit about the guys the work you guys are doing and putting it in the summer.
Well, we start as soon as the week school gets out, and we come in 3 days a week. Our pitchers come in an hour early with catchers. We throw Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then after that we come in and hit for an hour and a half, or we do defensive drills for an hour and a half. We do it here in the old gym because we've got 2 cages. We got all the facility we need, keeps the girls out of the sun a little bit, and we're also finishing up the renovations at our softball field. So come July 7th, after the dead week, we'll move all our activities over there to the park, and that's where we'll go 3-4 days a week until our first practice, August 1st, first mandatory practice.
Now, let me ask, practicing in the gym, you mentioned keeping them out the sun. Do you think that keeps them fresher and will help them in the season, not being in the sun as much in the summertime?
Well, over there at the park, we've got 2 cages, and we're limited with our screens. So we get to come in here, and we've got our 12 hitting stations, plus it gives our pitchers the ability to throw, and we don't have to worry about going ahead and starting tearing up shoes from dirt, you know, that kind of thing. So we're working on fundamental stuff. We're working on getting our swings the way we want them. Some of these girls will play travel ball. Some of them haven't. Some of them pick up some bad habits in travel ball. Some of them get better in travel ball. If they haven't played, we want to get kind of back to what we do with them and our philosophy. So it gives us, 5-6 weeks to work on it. We work the 4 weeks in June on it for 3 days a week, and then we turn around and we start playing our summer games July 7th. We'll play about 16 games before our first practice. That kind of gives us an idea. The sun, we go in the morning.
Right.
It's warm in the gym, so they're all soaking wet right now anyway.
Right.
So it's just the fact that we've got more. We utilize our space better here in the old gym.
That makes sense. Now, you've lost, and maybe lost isn't the right word, but you've graduated quite a bit of talent over the last few years.
Yeah.
You're going to have a younger team, and if maybe not younger, maybe not as seasoned as you have in the last few years. What are some of the expectations as well as some of the struggles you anticipate in this upcoming season?
We know after my first year, we got to Columbus, we graduated 4 really great caliber kids. And, a lot of people, we're in the region, we're going in the region with Buford and White County and North Hall. And so a lot of talk was, not from our kids, but from other coaches, hey, y'all going to struggle a little bit, you lost these kids, I'm glad we're not going to see those kids, they're gone. And,
right.
and then we ended up playing for a region championship against Buford. And then we graduated 4 more really good caliber players.
Right.
Played college, and so it's kind of that talk again. And so last year was kind of a different year for us because we were young. Jace was back on the mound, but I had entirely sophomores on the infield basically and a freshman. And so we came through, we made the 4th playoff spot. We lost Banks 4 times last year, all by 1 run.
Right.
They ended up being the 3 seed. We were the 4 seed. Buford obviously won the region, and so it was a little bit of a challenge for us, but our kids kind of rose up to it.
Right.
Went out to Ringgold and had a chance to win both games. So I have almost all of them back. Now
right.
to graduate, Memphis and Josie, who were huge players for us last year, in the lineup. But I think those sophomores who have been playing and those
right.
freshmen, they're going to be juniors now. Caitlin Dickey's back. She was a freshman last year, did a good job for us. I think we're going to be a little deeper pitching-wise with Caitlin, Allie, Whitney Campbell from the JV. So I think there's a lot of good things that can happen with us this year. I think these girls have worked really hard. They've been making the workouts. We've got about 33 girls in our program right now. Some are on vacation. So I think it's going to be a really good challenging year for our girls. We're changing regions. So I think they're excited about the new challenge. So I expect, I expect good things from this group of girls. I feel really good about where we are right now. So I'm excited for the season, and it's going to be a little different. We've got Franklin County and Lumpkin moving in, North Hall, White, and Buford moving out. So I think the region's up for grabs. It'll be interesting to see how our girls respond to this.
I'm glad you actually brought that up, because that was actually my next question, was what are your thoughts when you see, I mean, there's no other way to put it, a powerhouse team like Buford, a good school like White County, not in your region, and replace it with other schools. Does it give your team more confidence? I mean, obviously you guys were pretty confident, have been pretty confident, but when you see that, do you see that confidence that you have in the team?
Well, you know, here's the thing. We've played Buford in the last 2 years. We've played them, I guess it's 6 times, because we've played them twice in the regular season, and we've met them both in the region tournament. And, I guess it was 2 years ago. We played them in the winners bracket. We turned back around and played them for the region championship.
Right.
So maybe we've played them 8 times. There's not any teams coming in our region who've played Buford.
Right.
They haven't. You know, they're coming from 4A.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. They're good programs. They are very competitive in 8-4A over there,
right.
Franklin and Stevens and Lumpkin, but we faced that pitching that Buford's had,
right.
And we faced the schools in our region. I felt like we had a really tough region,
right.
So I don't think anybody coming in, you know, I think they're quality programs, but our girls have that hey, we've played these schools.
Right.
We played Ringgold last year.
Right. I
think AAA was probably one of the toughest softball regions besides 5A last year.
Right.
Than any of the other any of the other classifications. So our girls, they should take some. I think they do. I think they understand. I feel really good about our girls. Plus, we lost Josie, we lost Amy, we lost a few others, but we've been reloading
right.
over the last few years, and I feel good about that. I think they do too.
Now I want to switch gears, because obviously you're the head softball as well as the head baseball coach. What are you guys doing as far as baseball wise for the upcoming season? Obviously you have a longer time to work with them. So what is the off season like? Or I guess really, what is the summer like as far as the off season for baseball as opposed to softball?
Well, we've had a doubleheader tonight at Lumpkin. We started May 29th. We started playing, and we play in a league with Lumpkin, Union, Pickens, Raven, and Chestatee. And we play doubleheaders, 7 and 5 inning games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays during the week. So we started, I think right now we are 4-1. Play our older kids the first game 7 innings, and we'll play our younger kids the 5-inning second game.
Right.
So we're 4-1 right now. We had a tie the other night with Union because of the weather. We're going to Lumpkin tonight. We play Raven away Monday, and then we play Chestatee at home Tuesday, and then we go on the road to Chestatee on that next Thursday, and then we'll be done. So it's going to put us at like 17 or 18 games for
right.
the first 4 weeks of June. We've had some rained out that we just can't get made up.
Right.
We're working around kids' football camps and basketball camps, and so we'll stop at the dead week with baseball. I feel good about the kids. We've had 19 kids come out, and we've been going through the summer. We've got 3 or 4 playing also travel ball and mixing in with us. So that's what we'll do. All our baseball activities will end at the beginning of the GHSA mandatory dead week. And then I'll go concentrate fully on softball after that from July 7th forward. As soon as softball's over, which is usually the 2nd or 3rd week of October, I'll usually take a week off to prepare for the softball banquet. And then what we do is we start an 8-week conditioning, lifting and physical conditioning program in here after school for our baseball players 4 days a week. We'll start pitchers throwing in late November, early December, 2-on-1s, and we'll try to have their pitch counts up to 60 pitches inside. And then we try to, as we start in January, we try to make sure that we're 40 pitches outside, if it's above 45 degrees.
Right.
And that's kind of where we're at with them. We'll start some 2-on-1s with them in November, hitting in here also. Our only problem is we facility-wise, because wrestling uses this.
Right.
This is their facility in the wintertime.
Right.
And so we have to wait and come in at 7:30 or 6:30 at night.
Right.
So it's pretty busy summer for me. I do softball in the morning 3 days a week. I have baseball at night. But it's something we've got to do if we're going to improve our program.
Right. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time, and best of luck to you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.